Okay, so we're gonna quickly do initials. Gonna be practicing the pen tool. So I just opened up my PDF. I'm gonna hold Alt and scroll on my mouse while I'm holding Alt to zoom out. The artboard is this size. It's the size of the image. We're gonna create a new layer above this. Layer 1, double click on the word. Let's relabel it marker. And then we're gonna lock it because we want to not have this be editable. And then we're going to click on layer 2, we'll just say line art. So now if it's not locked, then if we click here, it'll move around. Once it's locked, you can't. So you can see when I click on this, I'm editing this layer, it's highlighted. Okay, so we're going to go to our pen tool. Right now it's on the add anchor point tool, pen tool or P. So we're just going to look at the outline. We're not going to look at this as its own thing. So I'm going to, I'm on that correct one. First, make sure your fill is blank and your outer edge is black or whatever. 1 point is good because then we can see what we're doing. We don't want to fill because then it'll get all screwy. So we're going to click, drag, click, drag. I'm not worrying if it's too wonky, but I don't want those handles to go past each other. Click, drag. Valleys, remember we're going to do valleys. If I hit Alt, I can move this guy down. We're going to do that. And then it goes back. Click, drag, and then while I'm dragging right now, I'm not going to worry too much if this left side of my handle's correct. I'm looking at the left, at the line that just is there, not really at the right now. I'm not going to worry because I'm going to go back and adjust it. I'm going to click Alt while I'm still holding my mouse down so that I can move my anchor point. I'm not going to worry too much because, again, I'm just going to get really tiny so that I can click here and I can move it all later. Drag. I'm going to let go of my mouse real quick. I'm going to do Alt to zoom in. I'm pushing Alt and then scrolling with my wheel. And then I'm going to do Alt to move my handle so it's not tied. I just need these to be independent. I'm going to click right here, click, drag. I'm holding Alt. I clicked Alt. I'm holding it. I never let go of my mouse. And then I'm going to go over here, click, drag, Alt, click, drag, Alt. I'm not going to have the mouse or this handle go past the halfway mark for this line because it makes it harder. Click, drag, straight up. I'm not worrying about this side yet. I'm just looking behind it. Alt. I'm holding on the space bar. I'm going to click on Alt. I'm holding Alt and scrolling my wheel so I can see what's happening. So now I'm not holding anything. Click, drag, Alt, bring this guy up. I'm going to go up here to this peak. Click, drag. I'm not going to do Alt. Got the habit there. I'm going to go to here. That's wavy. I'm not worrying about that. To this peak. I'm going to ignore all of this. I'm just worrying about that outside edge. Click, drag, Alt for down. I'm pressing the space bar for the hand. I'm going to ignore this roundy guy because I can add that in after. I'll show you. Click, drag, Alt, just not crossing that halfway for this next line. Click, drag, Alt. I can move the anchor points later. Oh wait, I did it. So for this, kind of screwed that up. Do Control Z, because I need it just to end here. Click, drag, Alt, and I'll fix this anchor point later. Click, drag, Alt, click, drag. Oh, I do need to do Alt, fix that after the fact. Click, drag, Alt, click, drag, Alt. I'll do it like that. Okay, click, drag, Alt, click, drag, click, drag. It's a little soft. Nope, we'll have it. Okay, Alt. I'm going to add, I'll put up here, click drag, kind of goes up right there, click drag, alt, click drag, alt, click drag, little baby, alt. Alright, so I'm going to keep going. So the outer, so it's like the peaks and valleys deal. Less anchor points is more anchor points. Click drag, alt, click drag. Yeah, I want that to be independent. Alt. I'm going to go back in and fix everything. Alt. I'm just looking at this outer edge. Click drag, alt. Click drag, alt. So I'm holding on alt. I'll go and add that softness later for that corner. Alt. Click drag, alt. Kind of like that little loopy guy. Okay, click, drag, because I need the handle, so I'm not doing click, click. Make sure my handles aren't passing that center mark. I'm looking at the back way and the forward way. I might need one here because of that weird curve. I'm going to do one here at the bottom spot. I'm not worrying about that line. Alt, alt, holding alt down while I drag that handle, make it independent. Alright, almost done with the outer edge. Click, drag, alt. Alright, click, drag, and then alt. But it's A now, it's independent, that's all I care about. Okay, so the outer edge is done, and then we've got the holes to do still. Right now we're just going to worry about getting these fixed up, so I'm going to alt and scroll to zoom in, A, direct selection tool, get the anchor points where I want. I can manipulate those handles now to get everything, because everything's independent that needs to be independent. So I'm just worrying about this half for this handle and this half for that handle. Put this here. Tuck this guy in. Bring those handles up. I don't want those handles across the mid mark. Here we go. Fewer handles, or fewer anchor points, the better. So you get nice soft curves. Okay. Okay, so we've got the outer, so if we were just to do this, we wouldn't have any holes. So what we're going to do now is fill in these guys. So click drag, drag, alt, A for direct selection tool. Get those right first before adding in the roundy bits. The radius. Alright, there we go. Closed shape. If I want to, I can go down here. The outermost edge. So if it's like a straight line, that's the spot. Big Control Z. So I'm going to do it over here and not touch it. And then drag it over. It doesn't matter because the way that we're doing this. I did Alt to bring this down. Alt. Again, I'm just going to have it go in the middle of nowhere. Escape A. Drag it and make sure it's pretty close or touching it, that line. So now what I can do, and this is where it's really cool, layers, hide layers. So you can see we've got these closed shapes, but these aren't holes in it, and we don't want to make these white. We want these to actually be holes. So then if we have, like, let's say wall, copy image, we're going to put this on the bottom, paste. This may not be pretty because it's small, whatever. It's going to look retro, I guess. Okay, so this is on top. So select, if I click on this, everything's selected. But we want these not just to be, so that doesn't do anything. We don't want these to be white. We want those to be holes. So what we're going to do, this is locked in here. We're going to select everything on this layer and then go to Live Paint Bucket. Click on this, Live Paint Bucket, or K. Click to make Live Paint Group. So now it's a Live Paint Group. So now what we can do is Live Paint Selection Tool. You can click here, here. I'm holding Shift here, here, and here. And you can click Delete. Very nice. And then if you want to get rid of these, I can click on it and just delete just the lines in between here. So now it's a whole solid deal. So then I can click on that and let's give it a line. Let's make it fat so we can see it. Let's say this one and this one are going to be, let's see, blue. Alright, and then this these are going to be, I'm just trying to make it yellow, and we'll do 6. So I click on this. If I double click, if I triple click, everything that's the same will be selected, even though it's not touching. So let's do, and then I can adjust it. So now I can do really quick colorways. I can change it all at the same time. So what's also cool is I can copy this shape now. Let's hide this. On this new layer, let's hide this. I can paste it. And it's not a live paint, but it's just the path. So I can tell it's a live paint because it says live paint. And when you click on this, it's got these like starbursts. Shift L is the live paint selection tool. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so live paint.